name's Deshaun. I'm going to be telling you about how I got my job I have today. All throughout high school, I really love Apple products. I've always been an Apple fan, some would say a fanboy. So my whole high school career, I've received a lot of criticism about liking Apple products, always backing them, trying to switch people over from Android and whatnot. So high school was really rough in that aspect, I guess you could say. Besides that, I've always had jobs I really hated. I started off as a mascot for the Harrisburg Senators for 3 years. Awful job. It paid decent, but it's just very hot, very sweaty, disgusting, smelly, as you can guess. From there, I moved over to Sky Zone. I just stood around and watched people jump around and have fun while I yelled at them for jumping too high or something or hitting a kid. Obviously not a job I really enjoyed, so that didn't last too long either. And then I ended up in probably the worst job I've ever had at a warehouse, out in distribution. I worked with a ton of different convicts, ex-convicts, just, and no offense to them, low-life people that I really didn't want to be around all the time. I had to go in at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was just working around a group of people that had no motivation in life and really just didn't see a future for themselves, so they were just working at a warehouse their entire life. And I obviously didn't want to be stuck in a warehouse my entire life. I wanted to do something with my career. So through my love with Apple, I did some research and I finally applied. And after I got an invitation to a hiring event, the first stage of a very long interview process, I decided to quit my warehouse job against my mother's wishes, and I received a lot of negative feedback from her for that. So I was out of a job for about a few months, and needless to say, my family was not always the wealthiest of families. I was very disfortunate in high school, didn't have money for anything, food that much, but other than that, I received a lot of criticism from my friends and my family as well about quitting and trying to get a job at Apple at such a young age. Not something you see very often, but through studying for the job, studying for the interview, learning the questions, learning the products and everything, I made it through a month-long interview process, actually with 4 different interviews, and I finally became a member of the Apple team in Lancaster Park City. So now I work at the retail store, and I've been working there for a few months, and I can say I'm very happy there.